Welcome to Deep Thought. Many people hate themselves. And you know what? I was thinking about that because I don't know what, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. People destroying their own bodies, people doing stuff to attract attention to them. In fact, I remember, it was either in a book I read it or heard somebody say it, but it's still the same principle. Sometimes people will start trouble because deep down they want somebody to kill them. Deep down they want somebody to do something to them. And the only way they could even be in that state of mind is they don't love themselves. They don't want to live. They want somebody else to do it. In fact, I think it was a thing, someone called it suicide by police. Sometimes you get some criminals, they'll start some stuff with some police officers knowing they're going to get shot. Or, somebody will go into maybe a bad area where they know they could get hurt and start some trouble and stuff. But they don't like themselves. People definitely using drugs or doing stuff that can destroy their bodies. Or even some trolls online. Even some trolls online and stuff. It really messes, I found it messes with the heads more when you ignore them. They start some stuff, but they want you to come for them and stuff. But then if you really tear into them, they don't feel good. They don't feel good. And I've seen that happen and everything, or I've seen them been ignored and they get mad. They want you to do something. They want you to say something. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't bother with you. I've seen it on many levels, seen it personally, seen how people take care of themselves. You get some people like, if you eat wrong or, you don't exercise, you could get something. You can't be feeling good about yourself, And, indeed, it might be some people watching this. Now, I don't know. First of all, one of the key things in life is to love yourself. I've said this several times on my main relationship channel, and I'll say it here. Your main relationship is really not with someone else, but with yourself, how you take care of yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to take care of the man or woman in the mirror, Man, woman, whatever gender you want to consider yourself in the mirror. You have to take care of that person because you see it a lot. They don't take care of themselves. They go out in public, starting some trouble, things of that nature. And you just like, well, they must not like themselves. You get some people doing dangerous things. And you're just like, why? And I'm gonna tell you what, and the thing is, many people, they don't love themselves because they get caught up into what they say. And not always like the economic, political, spiritual days, but sometimes just people in general. Like I give you a great example. A great example. This whole height thing. This is getting ridiculous. The height thing is getting ridiculous. I be seeing like stuff about height on other social media outside of YouTube. And then sometimes even when I don't discuss it, somebody will bring it up on my main channel talking about some height. They'll hate themselves because they're not 6'3", and they could be 5'11.95", like a little millimeter below 6 feet, and they don't feel good about themselves. I actually seen somebody not feel good about themselves, or they don't have a square jaw or something like that. I see a lot of it. There's a lot of men out there, relationship-wise, they don't feel good about themselves. One of the main things I do is try to build confidence. When I talk about body game, I've said it several times. Yeah, it can get the attention of women, but it's really for a man to feel good about himself. Indeed, I would say that about a lady too. You know, you want to feel good about yourself. Are you going to be that perfect person? No, but I'm going to tell you what, even with some of those perfect persons, sometimes they might hate themselves. In fact, you have certain people where they have a personality type where if they not perfect, if they don't come off as perfect, they look perfect on the outside, but then on the inside, shoot, they got some hatred. And you get a lot of people have that. A lot of people. You don't want to be that person, you know? Because whoever you are, however you worship God, you know, whatever you think, and that's the most important thing, is how you think. That's the thing that really gets you. And you have to think, hey, you are who you are. This is who you are. This is what you were created to be. You can't hate yourself. And yeah, there's going to be some days, and not just the overall big days, but then the little days sometimes in your family, they can make you hate yourself. You know? Like, don't go by what somebody else say, because usually when somebody's projecting their hate onto you, that's all they doing is projecting. They might not feel good about themselves, so they'll make you try to not feel good about yourself. You know, and that hate could come from so many ways. I've seen it. Heck, I've experienced it. But until I learned, I personally learned, I was like, you know, I'm me. I'm me. In fact, I'll give you an example. Like back in the 80s, it was a big thing to be a light complexion black man. It was a big thing. You had to be light back then. And I met some other guys and I looked at myself and I was like, I went through a period, I was like, oh, I want to be like them. And then I was like, nah. And now it's like, I look at myself now, I'm a 60-year-old man, probably look better. And I was like, well, I don't have all these wrinkles and everything. You know, it was like, this is who I am. This is who I am. And you know, some people might be going through the same thing. Some of you might be going through whatever. But don't. Because when you hate yourself, then you start to destroy yourself. You don't like yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, why should somebody else love you? I want y'all to think about that. Think about something you might not like about yourself and ask yourself, why does it matter? Let me use a male example again. You get a lot of guys don't like their damn penis size. And I'm like, for what? They be like, oh, well, isn't that 8 inches or something? Okay. I've lost count of how many women have complained because a guy's shit was too big. They weren't comfortable. A woman's vagina is only 4 inches in. Who gives a shit? You know, to satisfy a woman, you only is in the first 3 inches of her vagina. Now, if you smaller than that, man, you gotta work on something. But shit, even then, her most sensitive area is 1 inch in. Now, if you smaller than that, but you get some guys, they might have 7 inches and they feel good about themselves. You know, it'll be something. It was like, you're still way above average, but even then, people will find something that somebody, you know, that's something right there. People will find something that somebody else wish they had. You know? You'll have something. You'll hate yourself for it. And I'm saying a hypothetical you'll hate yourself for it, but somebody else wish they had it. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. Whatever you got, work with it. Don't hate yourself. Don't be among those people that hate yourself. There's too many people out here who really, they destroying themselves. And you know, I always use the term the theys. That's how the theys have power, because if you love yourself, they don't have power. I want y'all to think on this, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.